In this section, I'll present my final selection of 13 athletes who I believe the Pittsburgh Steelers could realistically choose in the first round of the NFL draft scheduled for Thursday night. Before we dive into the details, I invite you to share your predictions in the comments. Who do you think the Steelers will pick in the first round this year? Will they go for a quarterback, focus on a defensive player, maybe even a running back, or will they surprise us with a different move? Could they possibly trade their first round pick? Drop your thoughts below and let's talk about the team. To start, I want to focus on the quarterback position. There has been a lot of buzz lately regarding what decisions the Steelers will make at QB, especially with Aaron Rodgers no longer on the roster. Will they select a quarterback in the first round? If not, will they consider that position in the third or fourth round? There's plenty of uncertainty, but the growing buzz suggests the Steelers are seriously considering taking a quarterback early in the draft. However, it's important to understand that nobody really knows for sure. This is the time of year filled with speculation, smokescreens, and countless rumors about who the Steelers are targeting. Based on my analysis of the available information and what seems to fit organizationally, I believe that if the Steelers decide to go with a quarterback in the first round, the top candidate would be the quarterback from the University of Alabama. There are several reasons I believe he could be the ideal choice to step in as a starter. If the Steelers do opt for a quarterback in the first round, I think this player from Alabama is their best bet. A lot of factors point toward him as a realistic and logical selection. We've already put together a comprehensive video on this topic, so feel free to check it out for a detailed breakdown of why he stands out from the rest of this draft class. Naturally, there's one prospect who won't be an option for the Steelers this year. While plenty of speculation is flying around, no one truly knows how it'll all play out. Still, my best guess, based on the current state of the Steelers organization, is that this will be the guy if they go quarterback early. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Who do you think they'll take if they go quarterback in round one? Drop your initials or abbreviations in the comments. This will be our highlight question for today's discussion. Soon, we'll take a short break. And while we do, feel free to scroll down and let me know which quarterback you'd like to see in the first round. Once again, if the Steelers go QB early, I'm confident this will be the pick. Before we move on with today's main content, let's take a moment to explore an exciting opportunity that could enhance your sports experience. There's a platform that allows you to turn your sports knowledge into real financial rewards. With a large and active community, this platform makes daily fantasy sports accessible for everyone. All you have to do is decide whether a player will exceed or fall. Short of specific statistical projections for a chance to win cash prizes. You can manage your picks throughout the season, and it's available to download for free on your mobile device right now. It's a fantastic way to stay engaged with your favorite sports while having the opportunity to win money. Signing up is easy, and building your lineup only requires selecting a few player stats. Right now, there's a free-to-download app that stands out as one of the top platforms for making money while enjoying sports. The registration process is straightforward, and the interface is very user-friendly. To set your lineup, you just choose a few statistical categories, which can potentially lead to winning up to 2,000 times your bet. Plus, bold predictions can turn into basketball tournament entries. Each setup you make gets you into a raffle for a VIP trip to the tournament with a guest included. When you sign up, you can receive an instant $50 bonus after placing a $5 bet. No win required to qualify. For the bonus, there are also weekly promotions that offer significant returns, like Tuesday events where player projections drop by up to 25%, boosting your win potential even more. Right now, you can check out how projections work on the platform. They're ranked by difficulty, with the hardest ones offering bigger payouts. You could go with a tougher prediction for assists or an easier one for points. There's flexibility depending on your risk appetite. Another position Steelers fans might be considering is running back. There's been extensive scouting on the top prospects at this position, and it seems that one of them may be off the board before the Steelers pick, reducing the likelihood he ends up in Pittsburgh. The most realistic first-round targets are players who have excelled in college. It's likely that one of the top rookies gets picked before the Steelers are on the clock. If that happens, another candidate becomes more viable. Should the Steelers decide to take a running back in round one of the likeliest candidates is a player who fits their current needs well. There's also a slim chance that if the team trades with another franchise, they might target a different back who fits their scheme. But for now, these two are considered the most viable options. There are also two defensive tackles who could be in play. As mentioned earlier, both the running back and defensive tackle spots are crucial for the team this year. One strong candidate could still be available despite having dealt with some health issues. However, the team has shown willingness in recent years to take risks on players with injury histories. Another promising player might also be considered if still on the board. For the cornerback position, it seems likely the Steelers want someone who can contribute immediately, as their current depth is fairly solid. One specific player offers great versatility, though he'd likely have the biggest impact at a particular position. This Texas prospect could make an early impact as a slot defender. With a background as a boxer, he excels at hand fighting and brings impressive physicality, traits that stood out at this year's combine. If the goal is to find a slot impact player from day one, this could be a compelling choice. The Steelers formally met with him at the NFL Combine, though he wasn't part of the team's top 30 visits, which could affect his chances of being a first-round pick. Still, it's not entirely out of the question that he ends up as a viable option. Now shifting the focus to the lone safety prospect under first-round consideration this year, there's a player from South Carolina who has drawn significant interest. The team scheduled an official visit and had a formal combine meeting with him. He's big and fast, posting a perfect score on this year's relative athletic score. However, concerns remain about his run defense. Despite his size, he's slow to diagnose plays and gives up a lot of yards before making a tackle. His average tackle depth is over 7 yards. While he's a solid open field tackler with elite athletic traits, the Steelers may want someone more reliable against the run. Whether he's a first-round pick remains uncertain, as the risk may outweigh the reward. Still, he has potential to thrive as a bandit safety. For those unfamiliar, bandit packages use 3 safeties on the field and have gained popularity in recent years due to certain defensive schemes. The Steelers have experimented with 3 safety sets and seem to appreciate that flexibility. In these 3 safety formations, one of the safeties plays more of a hybrid role. The coaching staff has tested these combinations and seems intrigued by their potential. I could definitely see this prospect and possibly another playing that bandit role if selected. Personally, I prefer to draft a safety later in the process. Now let's turn our attention to the wide receiver position, where the situation is a bit uncertain. If the Steelers trade one of their current receivers, the need for a new one becomes more pressing. Even without a trade, there's still a slight chance of making a move, especially since this player is set to become a free agent next offseason. The team may want to secure a long-term option at the position. I believe the organization would be open to a trade, though I doubt they'd offer a significant contract to retain him. If another team offered a second-round pick, the Steelers might consider it and then look to replace him in the first round. However, I don't think any team will offer that much. Perhaps a 4th-round pick is more realistic, which might not justify the move. This isn't about the player's talent, which may be worthy of a 1st or 2nd-round pick. The issue is his discipline and behavioral concerns seen on tape, which pose a considerable risk to any team thinking about trading for him. If someone did make a trade, they'd almost certainly need to offer him a new contract, which I doubt any team is willing to do right now. At best, I project a 5th-round pick as a likely return. If that's the case, and you're looking for a new receiver, I believe 3 other prospects could be viable options. The team has done extensive research on them during the draft process and even held a formal meeting with one. Though, no top 30 visit occurred, perhaps because they feel confident about his character. One of them may currently be the least preferred option, but the Steelers could lean toward the others in the first round. Still, a slight chance remains that this player ends up being the pick. So, what's your take? Do you think he'll still be on the team after this week's draft? Let me know your thoughts. Personally, I think he'll stick around, and it'll be interesting to see how his contract talks evolve this offseason. There's always a chance that But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the NFL, superstar wide receiver Tyreek Hill has confirmed his move to the Pittsburgh Steelers. The announcement, which came through Hill's personal social media account, caught fans, analysts, and even insiders completely off guard. Few saw this coming, and even fewer believed it was possible. Hill, known for his blazing speed and game-changing ability, has been one of the league's most electric playmakers in recent years. After establishing himself as a key piece in the Kansas City Chiefs' high-octane offense and then delivering strong performances with the Miami Dolphins, many assumed he was set to finish his career in Florida. However, this bombshell move to Pittsburgh rewrites that narrative entirely. The Steelers, who have been in the midst of retooling their offense and seeking a true number one receiver to elevate their passing game, now have one of the most dangerous weapons in the league. Hill's addition brings an immediate boost to speed, experience, and star power to a team that has long prided itself on physical, hard-nosed football. With a young quarterback looking to make his mark and a fan base hungry for a return to playoff glory, the arrival of Tyreek Hill could be the missing piece that changes everything. What makes this news even more dramatic is the complete lack of rumors leading up to the announcement. In an era where every move is dissected and speculated on endlessly, Hill's decision came like a bolt of lightning on a clear day. There had been no whispers, no leaks, just a sudden official statement that took the entire football world by surprise. Only time will tell what this move means for the AFC, but one thing is certain, the Steelers just got a lot faster and the league just got a lot more interesting. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.